Once you set your mind on accomplishing a long-term goal or objective, you will immediately be confronted with the first problem. Freestyle troubleshooting does not begin with some sort of a flowchart or a basic idea of exactly what domain you're working in to solve the problem. In fact, you may not even understand the problem itself fully when you first engage with it. Freestyling is all about solving what you've never solved before, and it becomes the essence of any homesteading adventure. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So step one, identifying the problem. The gates don't hang level. The posts, one of them is perfectly plumb and level and ready to go. The other one is going to have to be dug out and straightened up. So step one is to get these gates removed. So we're just going to take them out of the picture for now. We'll also be pulling this gate off just to give us clean access to that pole. We'll need to get that bush out of the way so it's not interfering with our work. I was noticing as I was looking here at the poles that there's this chain that runs around the back of the gate as well. And that chain is bolted onto the wooden post. So even if I lift the gate up off of its hinge posts, it's not going to come loose. So I'm going to have to go get a ratchet set and let's get these bolts out of the way. And just in case you're thinking, well, yeah, but you've got a tool room and you can jump in and grab your ratchet and get back out there to work. I'm like everybody else. My tool room is the last place that I spend time. I usually come rushing in here, grab the tools I need, and go out to fix stuff out on the property. So there's always more to do, and it'll all get done. You just can't get in a hurry about it. So I'm eyeballing this set of wrenches. I think this is going to accomplish what I need. I've done a lot of freestyle troubleshooting over the years and a whole bunch of different disciplines. Just trying to figure out how to solve different real-world business problems. Whether it's customer relationship related or technical. I did a lot of technical troubleshooting over the years, computer networks and databases. And I do rely on a lot of that experience for getting some of this work done. One of the key hallmarks of any good troubleshooter is that they can focus. But you have to maintain two focuses. First, there's the focus on the problem at hand. How do we get these bolts pulled back out of the wood so we can get the chain off, so that we can get the gate off, right? But it's also easy to get stuck looking at those tiny little problems, solving each one of those one at a time, and end up losing the bigger picture, overall what it is we're trying to accomplish. So that's that infamous burnout that you hear people talk about. They just say they burned out. They can't keep going. They just don't want to take the next step that's in front of them. And they've gotten so focused on solving the tiny little problems, and they just keep coming one after another, to a point where that person has lost focus on the bigger objective. I try to stay focused on what it is I'm doing, what the objective is. That's pretty easy out here in this environment. It's quiet. It's a beautiful day out here, sun shining. So it's easy to stay focused on the overall picture, which is we want sheep out here. So I'm pulling this lag screw out of the wood so that I can get sheep onto the property. That way this lag screw, although it's difficult to pull out, is not going to frustrate me to the point where I get burned out trying to get it out of here. But anytime you're trying to work on a long-term project, it's going to get easier and easier to be distracted by tasks that are off project. So that's why I showed you my tool room. It would be really easy right now for me to just stop working on the gate, decide that I'll come back to this tomorrow and go find my ratchets right now and try to put some order back into that tool room. But it's easy to let one of those tasks get in the way. That's one of the reasons I like that saying that there's always more to do, and it will all get done. You just can't get in a hurry about it. Try to stay focused on the one task at hand. And today that is get sheep on the property. that's what I'm doing, just one lag screw at a time. But there's a lot of folks up there who may make the decision to return to the land, labor, and life who just haven't thought through all this stuff. And that's going to be important for them to begin to put together their own troubleshooting toolkit. And as you build that troubleshooting toolkit, you start to learn what things have value, you know. So you see something like a lag screw like this, and you may want to just toss it. And then you go and look up the price of these things, and you realize this is something you want to hang on to. And it can oftentimes be difficult to stay motivated when you don't have the stress that's normally involved with having a boss who's telling you what you got to do and when to do it. You almost have to become good at creating your own stress in order to get you motivated to figure out how to solve a problem and how to lift the gate up off of the hinge posts. We've got it broken loose in this position. Let's see. There we go. Step one, get the gate off the post. This gate may actually be a little harder to get off. Let's see if we can get this one dismounted as well. So we are intentionally at this point bringing sheep onto the property. We've thought through all of our livestock options and decided that the sheep present the best picture for our skill set. They're easy to manage, they're docile, they don't tend to destroy things, and they love to eat grass, which we have lots of. And we may change our mind even tomorrow. Marty and I talk about this stuff all the time. It's one of the ways we stay focused on what our objectives are. We're constantly evaluating, reevaluating, and discussing what our plans are. As I'm sitting here trying to pull these lag screws out of the wood, she's over in the garden dealing with weeding and putting in new beds along the fence line. But she spent a good portion of her morning looking at cattle prices, sheep prices, and prices of electric fencing. So you always want to be making progress towards what your actual ultimate objective is, which in our case is food safety, food security. We want a good, stable food supply that is safe to eat, not full of chemicals that we don't approve of. Can't buy that in a grocery store, so we're going to have to grow that. We know that. That includes our meat. And for that, we need sheep. So that's what we're working on today. I just want good, clean food that is secured by my own effort. So that's how I stay focused on the bigger picture while working on the tiny little problem of getting a single lag screw out of a post. And as you can see, I'm calm and relaxed and kind of enjoying my work. This is not stressful. It's not something that's going to burn me out. Basic idea here is I'm taking the tension off of the other end of the gate by lifting this one up. So because it doesn't sit down so heavily, these brackets that are stuck on the hinge pins can loosen up a little bit. I'm still not sure that's going to help us down here. So I do have a crowbar handy, but let's see if we can lift this thing off now. Really not looking for much movement. I just want to see it wiggle a little bit. And I'm getting nothing. It won't lift off of this bottom post. There we go. That's the kind of movement I was looking for. Almost off on the top. I want to be careful with the gate because this is just hollow metal tubing. And this is a solid crowbar. It could very easily bend this metal tubing. So I'm trying not to put a lot of stress or tension on the gate. But I did want to get some leverage up on it, and it has popped loose. Let's see if I can wiggle this off of the posts now. Hey, there we go. All right. Second gate off. So when we came out, it was only about identifying what exactly the problem was. And that problem was these gates weren't level. We couldn't secure them. And then we identified the simple steps that we'd have to go through in order to correct that problem. And the very first step was just to remove the chain that was holding the gate on the post. So that's where we started. Just removing a single lag screw. All the while staying focused on one tiny little part of the problem. Not trying to solve the whole thing, just that one little part. This is going to be a multi-part series. I'm going to talk a lot about freestyle troubleshooting. We're going to go through all of the different projects that we'll have to undertake to accomplish the big objective of getting the animals here onto the property. And I'll show you how I troubleshoot each one of those problems one at a time, tackling even the smallest details of those problems to let you see exactly how we go about solving problems here on the Return Homestead. But as far as our project here today, we've gotten the gates pulled off. That's a good start. That's a real good start for the work we need to do just to get the front end gate taken care of on the perimeter fence, which is step one in the overall project of getting animals onto the property. That way we stay focused and we don't burn out trying to pull a single lag screw out of a piece of wood. Our hope is that that's going to encourage you, that you'll see that you can return to the land, labor, and life. It is possible for you to make that big change in your life. The only way everyone gets fed is if everyone grows their own food. So on the next video, we're going to start into the ugly work of having to dig out the bottom of this post in order to get it righted. It's not really going to be as bad as it sounds, but we do have to do a lot of digging to make. We do appreciate you joining us on the Return Homestead today. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do us a favor and take a moment to do that. While you've got that window open, hit that thumbs up icon for us. That's going to let the algorithm know you really enjoyed the video, and they'll share it out with more people. We're also pretty curious if you've made that decision or you're thinking about that decision to return to the land, labor, and life, and you've come across some problems that you think you can't solve. We'd love to help you out with that. I don't know that we'll have the answers, but it is possible we could point you in the right direction for those answers. And we'll see you next time.